Imagine you wake up in the year 1200 AD. Someone pounds on your door. You open it. A man from a distant village stands there, exhausted, covered in dust. Then he gives you the news. Your father is sick. His condition is getting worse, and he wants to see you one last time. The problem? Your father lives 1,000 kilometers away, and you have no idea how much time he has left. A week? A month? Just a few days? No one knows, but you know one thing. If you do not leave now, you may never see him again. You start thinking, how will you get there? Option 1. Walk. An average person in the Middle Ages could usually travel about 20 to 30 kilometers per day. That means the journey could take more than a month, and possibly 2 months if the weather turns bad. Option 2. A horse. And this is where most people think the problem is solved. But it has barely begun. A horse cannot sprint for 1,000 kilometers. On long journeys, travelers typically covered only about 40 to 60 kilometers per day under good conditions, which means you still need weeks to reach your destination, but time is not on your side. So you decide to rent a horse and leave immediately. Day 1. Everything seems fine. The horse is healthy. The weather is good. And you manage to cover nearly 50 kilometers. That evening, you sleep at a roadside inn, trying to reassure yourself. Maybe you'll arrive before it's too late. Day 2. You wake up before sunrise. Your horse is ready, and so are you. But before leaving, you run into a problem you hadn't thought about. Food. Not for yourself, for the horse. A horse traveling long distances needs feed every day. And unlike you, it cannot simply push through hunger. So before continuing, you spend part of your money buying enough feed for the next stretch of the journey. Only then do you leave. A few hours later, you reach a river. Today, crossing a river sounds simple. But in the year 1200, not every river has a bridge. Some travelers spend hours searching for a safe crossing. Others wait until someone familiar with the area arrives. Fortunately, you find a wooden bridge, but crossing it isn't free. A local lord controls the crossing and charges travelers a toll. Another delay. More money gone. By late afternoon, you notice something else. The road is changing. The villages are becoming less frequent. The distance between settlements is growing. And for the first time, you begin to understand something. If something goes wrong out here, you are mostly on your own. Day 3. The first real problem appears. Rain. At first, it doesn't seem serious, but after several hours, the dirt road turns into thick mud. Your horse can no longer travel at the same speed. Every step takes more effort. Progress slows down dramatically. By the end of the day, you've covered far less distance than you planned. That night is even worse. Your clothes are wet. The temperature drops after sunset, and sleep becomes difficult. Tomorrow, you will continue. But you already know one thing. This journey is going to be much harder than you imagined. Day 5. You meet a group of merchants traveling in the same direction. They have already crossed this region before, and they give you some advice. Never travel after dark. Stay on the main routes. And if you see armed men ahead, turn around before they see you. You laugh nervously, then realize they are completely serious. Day 6. You wake up and notice something is wrong. One of your horse's horseshoes is gone. Somewhere along the road, it fell off. This isn't something you can ignore. Traveling long distances without it could injure the horse and leave it lame. So you're forced to stop in a nearby village and find a blacksmith. You lose an entire day, maybe 2. And during all that time, you have no idea whether your father is still alive. Day 8. For the first time, doubt enters your mind. You start doing the math. Even if everything goes perfectly from now on, you still have hundreds of kilometers left, and every delay feels bigger than it should. A few hours lost here, a day lost there, they all add up. Day 9. As you ride through a sparsely populated region, you notice something unsettling. 3 men are watching the road from a distance. You don't know who they are: merchants, travelers, or bandits. In the year 1200, there is no police force to call. No one is coming to help. So you decide to join a nearby caravan, sacrificing some speed in exchange for safety. Day 11. The caravan keeps you safe, but it slows you down. You move at the group's pace now. Every stop takes longer, and every delay means less time to reach your father. Day 13. Another problem. Food, not for you, for the horse. A horse needs water and feed every day. And the farther you travel from towns and villages, the harder those supplies become to find. Sometimes the caravan changes its route just to reach water. Day 15. Your money is running low. Food, feed, a place to sleep, bridge tolls. After weeks on the road, every coin matters. Day 17. You wake up with a fever. In the year 1200, even a simple illness can become dangerous. You spend 2 days unable to travel, while the journey waits for no one. Day 20. The fever passes. You get back on the horse and continue moving. Days pass. Villages come and go. Roads split and reconnect. The distance grows shorter, but the question remains the same. Are you still in time? Then one morning, you recognize a familiar hill, then a river, then fields you've seen before. You're close. A few hours later, your village appears in the distance. You ride through the entrance. People are gathered outside your family home. Your heart starts racing. You jump off the horse and walk toward the crowd. Nobody says a word, because you already know there are only 2 possibilities. Either you made it in time, or the journey was already too late before it even began.